Welcome, this is Bernadette Logue from Pinch Me Living. This is a positive affirmations audio to remember all the great things that are happening in our world as an alternative perspective to your daily news. Utilize this audio whenever you want to remember the love in the heart of humanity. Now let's begin. Today in the world there are parents loving their children, children loving their parents, fathers teaching their sons how to ride a bike, mothers humming lullabies to babies. Today in the world there are elderly people sitting on park benches enjoying the warmth of the sun, gardeners watering plants and admiring flowers, baristas making delicious cups of coffee, and bakers rising early to bake fresh bread. Today in the world there are nurses compassionately helping people, doctors guiding people into holistic well-being, lawyers supporting people through challenges, accountants diligently taking care of business. Today in the world there are best friends laughing at each other's jokes, teachers sharing education, love and attention with young people, animals playing with their owners, and bus drivers smiling as each person climbs on board. Today in the world there are community leaders advancing positive social change, fresh-minded politicians with a view to make a difference, environmental activists walking the edge to support radical shifts for Mother Earth, singers letting their sweet voices flow out to uplift the world. Today in the world there are people who are passionate about life, artists painting, carving, crafting and sculpting, dancers dancing and writers writing, and men, women and children with hopes and dreams alive. Today in the world there are people who believe in possibility, peacekeepers who walk amid challenged landscapes to support new peaceful ways forward, grandparents who adore their grandchildren, and supermarket checkout operators who swipe your groceries with a smile. Today in the world there are people of all nations with good hearts, kittens and puppies just opening their eyes for the first time, babies taking their first steps, and parties happening with much joy and celebration. Today in the world there are birds flying freely in the sky with ease, clouds bringing refreshing rainfall to support the earth, plants freely growing fruit and vegetables to nourish you, and stars in the sky waiting to sparkle tonight. Today in the world there are people donating and volunteering, companies advancing solutions to support humanity, scientists discovering new cures, and oceans filled with beautiful creatures. Today in the world there are people hugging others, people supporting with words of encouragement, people taking the time to help, and people making love a priority. Today in the world there are great movies being made, people laughing until they cry, neighbours enjoying cups of tea together, and new relationships being formed. Today in the world there are advances in the way our society runs, even more people consciously waking up, many reasons to be positive, and many opportunities to be grateful. Today in the world there are endless sources of free information and resources, people who are always willing to help a stranger, children off to school for the first time, and natural environments thriving. Today in the world there are inventors creating amazing contraptions, travellers traversing the planet, people trying new activities, and joggers out enjoying the fresh air and movement. Today in the world there are people respectful of other people's cultures, people who see no boundaries or separation between countries, people who are being the change they wish to see, and people who will always care about what's important. Today in the world there are students graduating college with a spring in their step and hope for their future, farmers tending to the land, people giving thanks for the food on their plate and the fresh water in their glass, and birthday candles being lit. Today in the world there are pockets of peace amid the everyday noise, people with nothing but pure and good intention, photographers capturing precious moments, and families expanding with newborn arrivals. Today in the world there are people discovering how to live with more balance, social changes returning us all to meaningful values, new jobs being created, and people healing their minds and bodies. Today in the world there are people feeling free within themselves, policemen and women genuinely caring for the safety of all citizens, chefs creating inventive, creative menus, and powerful new ideas entering the minds of people who can make a profound difference. Today in the world there are conscientious and committed social workers and caregivers supporting families and community, florists creating bouquets of fragrant flowers, bike messengers singing and smiling as they cycle all over towns and cities, and couples in love holding hands and uplifting each other's life journeys. Today in the world there are trees standing tall and strong amid untouched natural forests, wild animals freely roaming as nature intended, positive changes occurring across society in both small and large ways, and people who prioritize the important and meaningful things in life. Today in the world there is good news, and today in the world there is you, and you are part of what creates the good news.